Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today I just wanted to talk quickly about three stocks that are exploding at the moment and doing very well. I just wanted to do a quick little update on what I kind of think about the stocks, where I'm planning at maybe trimming some of these stocks, where I'm selling some of these stocks, and just a general update in all of them because they're performing very well this month. So as always, smash the like button if you're new, subscribe, and we'll take a look at these three stocks and just do a little bit of a mini update on them. So the first one is my biggest UK holding, which you guys probably that watch the channel all the time probably go, I know which one this one is. It is S4 Capital. So this company has been absolutely amazing at the moment. Since buying back around this sort of range when we had this sort of dip, the stock has performed actually just so well, and we're up about 40% on this one at the moment. Now S4 Capital at the moment is a stock that I have kind of just trimmed a little bit on. I did trim a bit, so that basically means that because I've trimmed a little bit now, because it's been on a good run, I probably will not trim again until maybe the back end of this year, but more than likely I won't trim again this year until probably 2023. The stock is currently on a good run as people are kind of realising that there was a bit of an outlook update that said that S4 Capital is just performing amazing, which we knew. And realistically, this company is still very fairly cheap. You know, we've gone before talking about the valuation, price sales ratio on this one. It's not bad. You know, if this was a US company, it would probably even be a lot higher than this one. But yeah, overall, just to say that I've been in this company for coming up to around about 6 months, really 5 months, and say that we're up over like 40% already is really fantastic. And in fact, probably that this company has done so well already this year that I probably don't want it to do any better than this. Like, if it could just flatline for a little bit, would actually probably be ideal for this one. You know, if someone offered me back at the start of the year, or you can have a 40% gain on S4 Capital this year, I would have took it. And so yeah, it's performing amazing. You know, people ask me all the time about outperforming the stock market, you know, getting 10+% returns. Here we go. S4 Capital was a stock that I talked about probably 3 months for a while when it was kind of flatlining for this sort of period. I just kept saying this is a really good opportunity, and I even had people at the time going, can you stop talking about S4 Capital? And I was like, no, I can't. It's just such an amazing opportunity. And for them guys, or if you guys did take that opportunity in S4 Capital, I'm sure you're seeing the rewards right now at the moment, but it is probably done so well, it would be cool to have a bit of a cooling off period. But I'm sure a lot of you guys on the UK side of it that bought this one are enjoying this one. So a little bit of an update on that one and where I plan to sell it. Next one, Shopify. So Shopify has been on a really good run recently. Was buying around about the round about 1,000. So if I can find one of these dips here that I've been buying, but yeah, once again this stock is up nearly 40% since them times when I was buying around about the 1,000 mark. But we've gone up to about 1,458 right now. I think it's basically running off previously really good earnings. I think people like looked at these earnings last time and went, you know, they're so strong. And the last earnings were fantastic. I think people are realising that now that this is generally, you know, we look at the company, it's about 181 billion market cap company, but this is an actual company that could actually compete with like the likes of Amazon, for example, that is at a massive valuation. You know, from the point of view of letting people set up, get the companies online. They're also moving into the logistics side of it. There was also the news that came out the other day that they're looking at scrapping the fees down to, I think it was zero, no payments until like the $1 million mark. So yeah, I think that Shopify is once again, you know, a future massive company. You know, you think about e-commerce and how many people use e-commerce, the companies that use e-commerce, very good. I think from the point of view is like, where would I get to the point of actually selling Shopify? I mean, it is at a rich valuation. You can see here 114p ratio. I think even on the price to sales ratio, it's a bit rich. So for me, that if it does carry on going at a crazy jump, I would consider maybe selling some of my position. You can see here back in February, this was about exactly the same highs what it got to, and it's just starting to downtrend a little bit from here. So it would be very interesting to see if it can break above this. But yeah, overall, it's a big position of mine. Where would I sell Shopify? I still think it has an amazing future. Realistically though, when I do look at this one, it is one that I do think that, okay, we're at 52-week highs. Is this maybe a time that I go trim this company, which is one that I am kind of considering, that we have been on this sort of run. But realistically, coming to selling this company, pretty much like S4 Capital, I still think that has massive upside, and I don't plan to sell Shopify. You know, even at 2,000, I'd probably still hold this company because I think it just has so much potential with e-commerce and sellers. But trimming wise, while it carries on going on this run, it is one that I am considering at the moment. So if I do, I will let you know on Patreon for you guys that are on there. Next up, Inmode, what a company. This is like the company that I still get, like, people don't talk about S4 Capital. I think only Steven at A Journey in Stock is the only guy that I think that covers this S4 Capital as well as me. And I know that he's got some really good returns on this one as well. So he's the only one that I know covers that one, but there's only me and him that have ever talked, I think, about S4 Capital. Shopify, I don't think I've ever really... there's a lot more Shopify videos on YouTube, but no one that I certainly watch on YouTube actually does talk about it that much. But this one, I have never seen anyone talk about this. I don't even think there's that many videos on YouTube on it. The only video that I've ever seen on YouTube is the one that where I said I was going to buy this company, and I was buying this company around about this sort of price range back in May, June time. So yeah, I think I started buying this company around about $25. I've actually taken my average though up to about $32, I believe it is right now. So I'll use this one here, which is $33. And yeah, as you can see, we're up about 178% on Inmode. And honestly, this company is fantastic. It is one of my biggest holdings. Shout out to Ben, who gave me the shout out about this one. Ran it through me, said, look, this company has an amazing balance sheet. Look at the growth, profit growth, revenue growth, trading at a forward P ratio of, I think it was like 15 at the time. And even now people ask me, what do you think of it? And I'm like, look, it's a 42 P ratio, like a forward P. I think like it's a forward P of like 32 or something right now. You're buying a company that's growing at 30% revenue rate, profits growing huge, balance sheets were amazing. This isn't like a terribly overvalued stock. Any other company that was growing this sort of range, you'd be talking a lot higher than this. So even now, I don't think this company is like crazy overvalued, but to think I was buying this one at $33, I don't know if any of you guys, were watching the videos back in that kind of June, July time when I was talking about this one, but yeah, it's just gone on such a good run. Yeah, if I'm honest, I still have no plans to sell this one, and I'll be honest, I have no plans to trim it either. But I still think there's a lot of upside from here. Like I said, when I look at the growth, the last earnings that Inmode pulled out were just so impressive. If any of you guys saw the last earnings, they beat numbers huge. I think I even covered it on the channel, and I went, these earnings are like the best earnings I've probably ever seen. And I'm actually looking at these earnings going, have they actually frauded these earnings? They're that good. So yeah, this is definitely one to have on your watch list, because in my opinion, if you ever see Inmode, every so often it'll just have a little slump down like that. And if you ever do see a company like this, look at that beautiful chart that's just been on running up. It's one of those companies that if you ever do see that has a little bit of a dip, get it on your watch list, see if you can spot that dip, and I would consider buying it, because I do think it's a really good company. But overall, those are the 3 stocks that are exploding right now that I just wanted to do a bit of a mini update on them, and where I see them companies going, and where I potentially could trim them or where I could sell them. I do get quite a few comments on the videos every so often about S4 Capital and Shopify, but I don't get too many about Inmode, so I'd be very interested to know in the comment section if there's any of you guys that are Inmode shareholders in the comment section, and let me know how you're doing as always. But yeah, smash the like button if you are new, subscribe. If you do want to start buying some of these stocks, there's some links to some accounts like Free Trade. You join through there, you also get a free share, and also the Giro account. I love the Giro, it's a great platform. But as always, I'll see you on the next video.